Hi everybody, it's me again, Paula daNova-Ontario wedding officiant, here to give you some more advice. And what we're going to be talking about today is something that's a little touchy, and that is when parents of the bride and groom want to take over. Now, this is something that over my 21 years of experience and having performed over 9,200 weddings, I've seen more often than I appreciate. There's two sides to this. First of all, there are parents that want to dictate everything that's going to happen in a ceremony. And then there's the parents that feel that tradition and respect for certain people and acknowledgement should be included in a ceremony. So there's those two aspects, and that's what I want to discuss. So first of all, parents that just want to meddle in everything. It's hard. A lot of you really love your mom and dad, and you don't want to tell them no. And you most certainly want them to be happy and feel included on your wedding day. But a lot of you, maybe you don't want religion on your wedding day. And your parents are like, but I'm Christian, or I'm Jewish, or I'm Muslim. And we have to have these things in your wedding day. How can you not have this? It's bad enough you're not getting married at the church or the temple or the mosque. And now you're not even going to include a prayer or mention of God? This is a hard thing to have to deal with. It causes a lot of tension. You're going to have an argument. It's just a whole thing. And I get it. It sucks. But at the end of the day, these are the things you need to consider. It's your wedding. You're getting married to the person you fell in love with. And your parents had their wedding. They had their wedding the day they got married, if they're married. And when they did it, it was done their way, meaning either they submitted to something that their parents dominated, or they decided this is what we want to do, and they made their selections for their colors and the banquet hall and the food and the whole kit and caboodle. So it's your turn to choose what you're going to do on your wedding day. There's nothing more bizarre than your friends who have known you, some of them since you were in school, watching you stand there, marrying the person that you love. And all of a sudden, we're gathered here in the presence of God to offer a blessing on this couple during this sacred moment in their life as they come together and as one and blah, blah, blah. And your friends are like, huh? What? They've never been to church. They're atheists. What's going on? It's weird. I'm just telling you, it's weird. It gets a weird reaction. It's an uncomfortable feeling for you as a bride or a groom. And the only people that are getting satisfaction in this are the parents that made you do it. So you really have to have a big sit down and just say, listen, my wedding, my way. I love you so much. Mom, dad, whoever you're talking to. And I don't want to hurt you, but at the end of the day, I need you to respect me. And I need you to let me do it the way I'm going to do it and trust me that it's going to be lovely. And I want you to walk down the aisle. I want you to look amazing. But it's my wedding, so please have respect for who I am and who my partner is, and let us do it our way. It's perfectly acceptable. Is it going to have some tears or maybe some yelling or maybe a few choice words thrown your way? It might. But at the end of the day, you're getting married. That means you must be an adult that has made a decision to marry this person. And so if you're an adult that has made this life-altering decision, because now you're going to live with a partner, you're going to have a family, you're going to be each other's family. You know, is your mom or dad or grandma or auntie going to be coming to your house on a daily and telling you, what are you cooking? How is the bed made? Which side of the bed are you on? How are you talking to them? How are you doing this? How are you doing that? How do you put the dishes in the dishwasher? No, you would say, get the hell out of my house. What's wrong with you? Don't let them do it to your wedding either. So that's one side. That would be me, okay? But then there's another side. And that other side means maybe having to submit a little, maybe having to give in a little, because there's a lot of tradition and there's a lot of money being paid by your parents. I'm telling you, weddings are expensive, and sometimes it is amazing to have a parent or a family member there for you to pay for this immense expense, so you could have that fairy tale wedding that you want, and they're going to fit the bill. But don't expect somebody to fit the bill and have no demands. And even out of respect, don't take that generous gift and that fantastic moment and then say, yeah, thanks for the $50, $100, $200,000 worth of money for my dream day, but yeah, I'm not doing anything that you want. Your parents are paying the bills, then maybe you're going to have the pastor come in and do a blessing, or the rabbi, or the imam. Maybe you're going to have those particular colors. Maybe somebody has to walk down the aisle that you wish didn't have to walk down the aisle, but out of respect you must. Or have a ritual or two from your culture or from your religion. You cannot say no when somebody else is paying the bill. You lose power in that area. But also you should be grateful. You should be grateful. That's the trade-off. Our parents are paying the bills, and these bills are immense. We get to have our fairy tale wedding, but we have to give a little and allow for them to have some say. It's fair trade. It's fair trade. Kind of like when you live at mom and dad's house. You know, you ain't taking over. You're washing those dishes and you're doing some work around the house. It's not a free ride. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. You know, if it's $150,000 wedding, and they say, but you know, you have to do it in the church, and we'll pay for it. Maybe be religious for a day. Might sound awful to anybody that's really religious, but sometimes that's just what you have to do out of respect and gratitude. Because man, I'd love to have somebody pay my bills, but ain't happening. My husband and I have to work hard for what we want and what we've got. That's okay. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself if you're paying your own bills. And even if they are paying the bills, say, I appreciate everything you're doing for me. But as much as we're doing what you want, these are the things that I want. Let's compromise. Let's compromise. They just want to feel included. They want to feel special, respected, and appreciated. That's all. Don't argue. Your wedding's supposed to be so fun, so memorable, a positive moment in your life. keep it that way. Don't fight with them. Compromise. Compromise. If you respect, they'll respect you back. And if they don't, maybe you just pay for your own wedding and then have it your own way. Ain't no shame in that. So I hope that helped a little. And always feel free to write me with any questions that you have or any advice that you need. I've got tons of experience, and I'm glad to help out and be supportive in any way I can. Don't forget to visit I Do Toronto at, I don't even know my own thing, idotoronto.com. That's my website. If you're in the GTHA and you need wedding services, I'm quite happy to be of service in English, Portuguese, or Spanish. And I'm always available for an email or DM me for advice. Enjoy. Paula daNova here, your Ontario wedding officiant.